Hi, church. Yesterday, Rick talked about the passage from James chapter 4 that talks about us being presumptuous in our plans for the future. It says, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city and spend a year there and engage in business and make a profit. Yet you do not know what your life will be like tomorrow. You are just a vapor that appears for a little while and then vanishes away. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wills, we will live and also do this or that. But as it is, you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil." And I think it's important to remember, as Rick said, that the Bible is not anti-planning. It's anti-presumption. It's anti-us taking the place of God and feeling like our future is firmly in the palm of our hand. Rather, it reminds us that our future is firmly in the palm of God's hand, which frankly is a much better place to be. And that's what the Psalmist talks about in Psalm 31, verse 14 and 15. He says, "But as for me, I trust in you, O God. I say, you are my God. My times are in your hand." And that's been a helpful verse for me to remember through many years of my life. The idea that my times and the plans that go along with my life and the schedule or timetable that I think they should happen on are not what's important. What's important is God's timetable. And so this is, again, one of those times where we come back to saying, Lord, this is what I want. This is what I plan. This is what I would like to see happen. But nevertheless, your will be done. That's what James was talking about. We need to say, if God wills it, this plan will be carried out. Just as the psalmist said, my times are in your hands. And I would like to encourage us as we go through what I think for a lot of us are even more uncertain times than the beginning of this week seemed to indicate they would be. To remember that, just that phrase, God, my times are in your hands. And when we start feeling anxious about the future, when we start feeling stressed about the uncertainty and the inability to plan, that we would remember that our times are in the hands of the one who crafted the universe. Our times are in the hands of the one who lives outside of time. Our times are in the hands of the one who knows the end from the beginning, who sees all things, and who is sovereign over all things, and in whose hands we'll never slip out of. So remind yourself of that today. Say, God, I'm so thankful that my times are in your hands. Impress that upon my heart and help me to live in that truth today. Amen.